Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we show you how to replace the rear brakes on this 2003 Nissan Altima. Pretty much the same for any 2002 to 2006. And we show you the right hand, the left hand is the same procedure, and we do always recommend you replace your brakes in pairs. And the items you'll need for this repair are new brake pads and rotor kit from 1AAuto.com, 8, 12, 14, 19, and 21mm sockets with a ratchet, a piece of pipe for some extra leverage, brake cleaner, brake grease, brake fluid, jack and jack stands, and a torque wrench. Raise and remove your wheel and tire. If you don't have the benefit of air tools, loosen the lug nuts with the vehicle on the ground, then raise and support it and remove the lug nuts the rest of the way. And inspect your brakes. You can look through and see the brake pads, and there's not much left of the brake pads on this vehicle, and the rotor is in rough shape, pretty corroded with some large gouges. To just replace the pads, you can see we took that top bolt out, but we're going to take the whole rotor off because it's actually frozen on this car, and it's two 19mm bolts, and you can see we use a 19mm socket with a ratchet and a pipe for some extra leverage. You'll need to do this if you want to replace the rotor anyways, because you need to take the whole caliper bracket off in order to get the rotor off.
Once the bolts are removed, using a flat blade screwdriver, just pry that off. And then you can set that aside. Your old rotor pulls right off. And you just want to use a flat blade screwdriver and pop this plug out of the rotor. Spray down your emergency brake assembly with some brake cleaner. Now, using brake cleaner, wipe down your new rotor. And then you put some brake grease on either end of your brake pads.
You can see here's your adjuster for your parking brake, and that hole in the rotor is so you can reach the adjuster with a screwdriver, turn it until you feel the parking brake drag on the inside a little bit. And once it's adjusted, then you can replace the plug. As we said before, our caliper was in bad shape. We ended up having to replace it, but you can kind of ad-lib along with us. You can put your caliper back in place, take the pads out of your caliper, then put the caliper back in place, put the two 19mm bolts in place, and then tighten them up to 85 to 90 foot-pounds.
Now you want to remove this 14mm bolt right here. Once the bolt's removed, pull your caliper back and then push your brake pad slides into place. Once the slides are in place, you can put your brake pads back in. And push your caliper back into place and replace that 14mm bolt.
And fast forward as we tighten that bolt back up to 25 foot-pounds.
Out of your brake lines. Now we're going to fast forward here as Dawn replaces the wheel, and you want to put the lug nuts on preliminarily, lower the vehicle and tighten them the rest of the way. Now torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds in a crossing pattern. After doing any repair on the brakes before taking it out onto the road, it's important to do a couple things first. First, you want to just pump the brakes until the brake pedal firms up. And then you want to do a stop test from 5 miles per hour and then 10 miles per hour.
We hope this video helps you out. Brought to you by oneaauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.